Alright. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday. Welcome. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF NXT. I am Gene Okerlund here with Trini Kwan and with Wade Barrett. And today on NXT, we're going to have a follow-up of the NWO. Now, the NWO or the new NWO, whatever you want to call themselves, behave as much as all the other NWO offshoots. Behave like they're all about making as much as misrun as they can make. Come on. They're about making as much as misrun as they can make, and about taking over as much as they can take over, Gene Okerlund says. Well, you are right about that one, Trini Kwan says. You are right about that, Gene Okerlund. The NWO either be NWO Black and White or NWO Hollywood or NWO Wolfpack, which made everyone think that they were good, but they probably were bad still. And as far as NWO Hollywood or NWO Elite or Silver, reason the WWE's offshoot of the NWO, at the end of the day, Trini Kwan said they were all about the same thing. Yeah. Well, now we have Astronema or Corona in the ring. Alright, Astronema says, well, Wade Barrett said you got her in the ring, but she kind of looks like she's crooked. Like she's not straight or something. Alright, so here's the way I look at it. So, the NWO is still going around, still going around doing all of their wrongdoings that they're doing. And a lot of folks think that the NWO has to go. So, there were sagas of fights that Godzilla put together between onlooked followers of the NWO. If you could somehow say there was onlook for the NWO, which at the end of the day, there is not. I'm going to be earnest with all you folk, and I had nothing to do with the NWO. I didn't bring the NWO into the TWF. I didn't get CM Punk and Dennis Rodman, which all folks call him the Worm, Dennis Rodman, and in WCW. I'm not the one that did that. Now his hand will not go up at all, so. Which at the end of the day, it is what it is. Some of that paint chipped off, but what are you gonna do about it? Well, sad about that, Corona, but Astronema, but I had to get my thing in my hand. Well, about your gun? Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, there you go. Now I got my gun. As I was saying, I'm not the one that. So right, Andros. As I was saying, I was not the one that put the NWO together. I did not bring them into the TWF. I didn't do any of that shit. And the NWO, well, they can believe whatever they want. I didn't get CM Punk and Dennis Rodman. Ugh. Fit. Fuck. My sword will not go in my hand and will not come out. Unless there's some type of peg somewhere that I don't know about. There we go. I didn't put CM Punk and Dennis Rodman together. You know, I'm not the one that got CM Punk and Dennis Rodman and James Storm and Aleister Black. I'm not the one that even put Reckoning or even Kurt Hawkins together. I had nothing to do with any of that. So the way I look at it is, today Daniel Bryan's going to fight James Storm, and that is going to happen, like it or not. If the NWO has a hang up with that, well, it sucks to be them, doesn't it? You know what this makes me think of, Ecliptor says? This makes me think of the Psycho Rangers, but they ain't the crazy keepers. They're not the mad keepers. No, they're not. Andrew said, you're right about that, Ecliptor. They're not. You're right about that, Elgar says. They're not any of that. But the way I look at it, Astronema says, the way I look at this one, Astronema says, is that they're not. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I truly believe that the NWO are nothing more than evildoers. And, Godzilla, ugh. Nothing more than evildoers. And I have to put them out. So the NWO has a well, I guess my sword won't go in my hand. Fuck it. Here. And the way I look at it is that the NWO, or whatever they want to call themselves, the NWO, I can't stand on my own, Elgar says, whatever I'm looking at here, the NWO, I didn't have anything to do with them. I didn't bring them. I had nothing to do with them. And at the end of the day, I'm going to get them out of the TWF one way or the other. We're going to get the NWO out of the TWF if it somehow kills me to do it. Well, you can see here that the end, you can see here, I believe that. Well, Astronema, we might have to go now. We've been wasting a lot of time, you know, getting everyone in the ring, and Algar's sword won't stay in his hand. There's a peg in it. Well, fuck that peg. It's worthless. Yeah, Ecliptor, the peg is worthless. Yeah, Ecliptor, the peg is worthless. It won't keep his... Yeah, it's a worthless peg. It won't keep it in his hand. Come on, let's go, everyone. We got a show to be doing. Quit being crooked. Stop being crooked. Fucking hate you. Alright. So let's get into the fight we're going to have here today. Well, you gotta get the ring out of the way. Well, anyway, Gene Okerlund said there is a peg. It's not that good. Alright, there is a peg that, is not a good one. Anyway, we just heard from Astronema, or Corone, whatever you want to call her. We had Ecliptor and Algar and Andros and Godzilla in the ring. And now the NWO now are going to come out now. And we know the NWO are not going to be happy about what happened. You got CM Punk one side, Kurt Hawkins another side, who became one with the NWO. You got Dennis Rodman on one side, and now you got Reckoning. Well, also she was one time known as Mia Ying. And the NWO is here. Gene Okerlund said, yeah, they are. Trini Kwan said, the NWO is around. And are they going to be there? Or are they going to circle around the ring like they do? Well, this NWO offshoot's more like... This NWO offshoot is more like Even, like Retribution or Even, and WWE than any other kind of offshoot. Gene Okerlund says, well, there goes the Fight Lord. There goes Dennis Rodman. Knew that was going to happen. You can't stand up anymore. Just gonna lay them all down then. Well, Trini Kwan said at least Dennis Rodman's head didn't come off when he fell down. No, that would have happened a long time ago. And you can see none of them know how to stand up. You can't put them on a peg. You can't put them on a stand. Unless you just shift them around from somewhere else. Even Kurt Hawkins can't really stand up very well. And now the NWO is looking... NWO here, Gene Okerlund said they're going to fight James Storm's going to... Daniel Bryan is going to fight James Storm here. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Wade Barrett said. The NWO just took down Daniel Bryan. The NWO right now. Body slamming. Taking down Daniel Bryan. They already beat Ricochet, which they've been seeking to get to become one of them. Wait a minute. Oh! Daniel Bryan took down James Storm, Gene Okerlund says. Yes, they did, Trini Kwan says. The yes move, the yes is on. Yes, yes, yes. Whoa! And Daniel Bryan thinks he's got everything won here. Oh, final call. Daniel Bryan. Oh, Aleister Black just stopped him. Kurt Hawkins got him. Final call by James Storm. Well, Wade Barrett said when you're dealing with the NWO, you're dealing with track work. They got a lot of followers, and that's what makes them a harmful team, Wade Barrett said. And you're right about that, Trini Kwan said. This is sad. Once again, the NWO wins, Trini Kwan said. Yes, they do. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, James Storm. A final call by James Storm again. James Storm can't really stand up. The Black Mask by Aleister Black. Whatever Kurt Hawkins' hold is. I don't know what Kurt Hawkins' hold is. Oh! Does anyone know? Kurt Hawkins just threw the Fight Lord right out of the ring. Dennis Rodman coming in now. The Dirty Thing, or whatever his hold was. We don't know. And now we got Daniel Bryan, Go to Sleep by CM Punk to Daniel Bryan. We got Reckoning in the ring now. Reckoning. Oh! Reckoning, also known as Mia Ying, just took out Daniel Bryan here on NXT. Gene Okerlund says Ricochet's coming to the ring now. Oh! Dirty Thing by Dennis Rodman, Gene Okerlund says. While Trini Kwan said they're doing it the Dark Mass by Aleister Black. Trini Kwan says on Ricochet, oh, Kurt Hawkins does his hold, whatever his hold is. I don't know. I truly do not know. Someone tell me what this Kurt Hawkins thing is. Oh, final call by James Storm. And here's CM Punk once again. Go to sleep! Hit. Falling over. And Reckoning is now going to do her thing again. Oh! And now the NWO once again doing that Too Sweet for Life thing. Oh, you fucker, Dennis Rodman. And right now, the NWO once again doing their Too Sweet, their For Life thing that they do. And once again, the NWO is just laid out. Ricochet and Daniel Bryan here. Now, I'm sure all you folks think that we're some kind of stunt, some kind of lark, CM Punk says. This can't be the NWO. This can't be the NWO. It's gotta be a stunt and lark. Well, it's not, CM Punk said. This is the true NWO. Yeah, James Storm said, we're the NWO that never gotten the big, never won the heavyweight winnings. James Storm said, we're the NWO that never got the main show on Raw and Raw and Impact and NXT and Dynamite and SmackDown and Main Event and Explosion. Yeah, we're the NWO that no one talks about. Kurt Hawkins says we're the NWO that know that was bought from Ollie's or Big Lots. They were from some frisk shop somewhere, and no one gave two shits about. And when they got bored, they put them back in the locker and did nothing else. We're the NWO that was given oaths to, and all those oaths were broken. So at the end of the day, we're broken, said Aleister Black. We're the NWO that someone, didn't care about anymore and stopped caring about, Dennis Rodman says. And we're the NWO that isn't taking shit from anyone anymore, and we're gonna be the ones to start giving shit to them, said Reckoning. Because when you're in the NWO, you're in the NWO for life. Well, we now see the NWO leaving now, after they gave us their, we're seeing the NWO leave now, Gene Okerlund said, after they gave us their goal word, I guess. But I understand that Jim Ross now, well, Gene Okerlund said that was the NWO. That was the NWO after they gave us their goal to why they're doing what they're doing. Gene Okerlund says, does this NWO remind you of any other team? Well, there are two teams that I can think of, Trini Kwan said. One is the Ace and Aids, which did the same thing in TNA and TNAW before it became IW. Well, this also makes me think back of a team that I once was a head of, known as the Nexus in WWE, Wade Barrett says. And this makes me think of a team we got in WWE right now, Gene Okerlund said. They're called Retribution. But that's a French borrowed word. So the English word would be even. But at the end of the day, who is going to be man enough or woman enough to beat this NWO? Gene Okerlund said. I don't know, Trini Kwan says, Gene Okerlund. You're asking the wrong woman the wrong asking. I don't know, Gene Okerlund. I haven't wrestled in a long time. I might have been a 5-time WWE Interland winner, but you're asking the wrong man the wrong asking. Well, I know one man that always acts as the hard asking. That's good old JR. That's Jim Ross. He's gonna talk with Randy Orton. That's right, Gene Okerlund. I'm going to be talking with Randy Orton here, and my hat looks weird, so I guess we'll shift it like this. At least it don't come off when you do that. Ah, you can't see my lair. Motherfucker. Oh. Is there a way I can wear my hat and so I can still see my lair? Oh, I guess this is good enough. Yes, Gene Okerlund, I'm going to be talking with a man who I helped bring into WWE 8 between years ago, soon to be 9 between years ago. He's Randy Orton. Randy Orton, about 8 between years ago, going to be 9 between years ago, I brought you into WWE from your time in OVW. And I've seen you done a lot of shit over the years, But I don't know how low you went, what you did in WWE to all those wrestlers, that if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't even be a wrestler. But anyway, the first thing I want to say is, you and the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, still got this hang up between each other. Do you think it's going to come to an end or not? I don't know, Jim Ross, if it's going to come to an end or not. That's up to the Fiend Bray Wyatt. But I believe at the end of the day, I think it is come to an end. When I put him on fire way back at the end of December, no one has seen him since then. Oh, well, there have been a lot of folks saying a lot of sagas and a lot of tales, but no one sees the Fiend Bray Wyatt. So I'm going to go to the ring right now. And I'm going to call him out. Well, Randy Orton's going to the ringside. Back to you, Gene Okerlund. Well, thank you, Jim Ross. Here's Randy Orton. I'm sick and tired of folks talking about the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Fiend Bray Wyatt. The Fiend's dead, I killed him. I don't care what you fuckers say about The Undertaker. He could come back from being buried alive 2 times, put in a box, and the box put on fire. But the Fiend Bray Wyatt is nothing like The Undertaker. So, I killed him. He learned not to fuck with me. He learned a lot of stuff. So, wherever you are, motherfucker, I forgive my speech. He's right behind me, isn't he? Ugh! Wait a minute, the Fiend Bray Wyatt just put those fingers in the mouth of Randy Orton. We haven't seen him in some time. He's got him out. They got some other goal they're gonna do. What is he gonna do, Jim Ross? What's he gonna do, Gene Okerlund says. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do, Trini Kwan said. And I don't want to be Randy Orton. He's back again. What the hell is that? Oh! Let me in. Oh! I can't say. Oh! Oh! Oh, fuck. Oh! Well, now, Randy Orton, you know how it is to be handicapped now. Now you can't see. Oh, you can't see now, Alexa Bliss says. So, now you know how it is to be handicapped. Now you know how it is to play with fire. Well, that's all the time we got here for That's all the time we got here for TWF NXT. I am Gene Okerlund for Trini Kwan and Wade Barrett. We hope you like NXT, and we'll see you tomorrow for Dynamite.